This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. So much of your personal info is out of your control, like your insurance provider that has your social security number and your favorite retailer that has your payment details. If they get breached, your information, your identity, is vulnerable. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points a second for threats. If your identity is stolen, they'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year at LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and there's 2 different levels that you can, subscribe to, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows. So if you are far away and you couldn't make our last live show, it will be on the website. We're going to record this future live show. It's going to be on Patreon, but also bonus episodes each month. You guys tell us all the time you want more episodes. This is a way for you to get more episodes. So you're going to get our basic Tuesday, Thursdays that we always put out, right? But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
I can't wait to talk about in detail some more stories because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
They just unsubscribed. This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. So if that is breaking some of your hearts, just go ahead and subscribe now. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/Bloody Happy Hour.
Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
Oh, and this is Caroline.
Hello. Happy not Halloween.
No,
it's
Happy November
past.
4th.
Yeah.
November 2nd.
Happy. No, that's Saturday, 3rd, 5th. Happy November 5th.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Though it is Halloween for us right now.
This is Halloween.
So this is Quickie episode, and we are going to tell you some stuff that's in the news, and we're going to popcorn this.
Yeah.
And then we have a big story coming up for you in the next couple weeks. So we may take a break, 1 week break, where we're going to bring back an old episode. And then Caroline will have a story, and then we're going to have some guests, and we are going to do a deep dive in the Menendez brothers. And maybe by that time,
I know, that's what I was thinking. Maybe by that time. Yeah, I think that we might be there first.
Yeah. Well, I think they're coming, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, with the Menendez brothers, did you know that Milli Vanilli is having a comeback right now with all the great music? You know, because when you watch the Netflix series, it is all Milli Vanilli.
What? Is this a whole different Netflix series, Milli Vanilli? Or are we talking about the Menendez? They're on the Menendez brothers.
Their soundtrack was Milli Vanilli music. And so these little young TikTok kids that had no idea who they were are now jamming. So
he's making a comeback.
Even the actors who played the Menendezes.
Oh, I forgot to
They're
look at
we downloaded all the CDs and we have been obsessed with them since then. It's like, yeah, Milli Vanilli, they were the bomb until they broke our heart. And we found out they were lip syncing. But now we love them again because it was still good music. Blame it on the rain. Caroline has no idea.
No, that song is familiar. I just would I would recognize the song.
Yeah.
I just don't know what they look like. Do they all have blonde hair? You guys? No.
No, they are black guys with braids, and they used to wear like
way off.
Yeah.
But I
Built.
recognize the songs. So there's that.
She said hot white guys. Opposites. I got a story. So let's go to Tennessee first.
Okay, or let me do a little update on the Delphi.
Oh, let's do
which
Charles
I
first.
don't really know. I mean, I'm listening to one of the people who was up there at the trial, and she's appalled by all the things the state's doing. Like anytime that the defense tries to object to something, it gets denied. But if everything always goes in favor of the state, which is they're the ones who are prosecuting the guy.
Yeah.
And I still don't, well, this is typically when you get arrested, you go into jail. Like you stay in, like Sarah Boone was in the jail for 4 years.
Yeah.
She didn't go to prison because she wasn't sentenced, right? So typically, and like Koberger, he's in the jail, not the prison. So Richard Allen went automatically into the prison, but he didn't only go in prison, he went to solitary confinement. I didn't realize that he was there for it's 13 months.
Ooh. And even like 48 hours can make somebody go crazy. But they will do that to a lot of child killers because you are.
But when
in
you're
danger,
convicted,
it didn't matter. But in prison, you're already guilty.
I know. I'm saying he's in jail. He should, but they sent him to prison at he was already convicted.
So you think?
So he was being treated like
he was guilty.
Yes. So,
but was it to keep him safe? That's what I thought. Well,
that's what they said.
But we think now.
But then the way he's treated, some of the things, you're filmed 24/7, no privacy, lights are always on, concrete cell, no inmate to contact. You can't talk to anybody. You have to you just yell at them through the walls, I guess. Instead of he wasn't even allowed in the general population. He was just in solitary the whole time. He could barely go outside or do anything. He talked to his wife twice in that whole time frame, and his family just twice. And then he started to go crazy. He was rubbing. Well, he hit his head against the wall. He'd roll on the floor naked. He'd flush the Bible down the toilet. He would drink toilet water. He was messing with feces places that did, and then. But then they say, well, was he just faking it? And then that's when he started admitting to the killing the girls.
And I thought he admitted to his wife at the beginning too. Yeah,
and he's just the way that he's treated was just extra bad, just because of how. Then you could see him deteriorate. I mean, when we saw him, we were like, oh my gosh, it's worse and worse. But this, I don't know what the 8th Amendment violation is, but this prison has been sued before for probably harsh treatment or something like that. So the girl who's reporting on it, she is just appalled, and it is so obvious to her that there's no connection of him to the crime scene. There's no DNA. It just seems like there's multiple people who did it. And it'll be interesting when the defense comes on, because they actually filed a motion to try to get to where they can talk about the Odinist and the pagan and all of that stuff, because they're not allowed to talk about it right now.
And it's hard to create a reasonable doubt when you don't have another suspect to, I guess.
So there's an update there.
How long is this supposed to last?
I think till November 7th or 10th or something.
Next week. So by the time...
Is that next week? I think it was supposed to be a 6-week trial.
Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it is. So, yeah. 7th, next week or the week after.
It's going to be a hung jury. I'm calling it.
Oh, my gosh.
What about Boone? Boone's Farm?
She's done. Convicted. Did we talk about that one yet?
No! I don't know the
Oh, she guilty.
Verdict. Is she? Okay.
It took him a whole hour. An hour.
No, I had no idea. I didn't even see it on social media.
Oh my gosh. Yes, she's guilty of 2nd-degree murder. And
21 years? Oh, they haven't done
they
sentencing.
they haven't done. They're going to do sentencing. I think they said December 2nd.
Wow, that's far.
I know. Sometimes it's far. Sometimes it's the next day. I don't know how they do these things, but she's guilty. These videos came out that were found on her phone from like over the years, and just she is the worst. She's like and the police. She's called the police like 5 other times. And she always says George is beating her up and all this stuff. But then there's videos of her just like being mean to him and like taunting him.
Uh-huh.
And there's that one where he's literally like cowering and just sitting with his knees folded to his chest and his arms around his knees.
Poor
and just like,
George.
and she's like, what are you fucking doing? What are you fucking doing over that right now?
Oh,
Why are
she's
you
a-
recording me? Just awful. And she's always drunk.
So that
it's
was her
so-
MO, to be a bitch,
Yes.
beat up on him,
And just
and
was
record
very,
herself doing
yes,
it.
yes. And yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. And then in the body cam footage, she was like flirting with the police officer. She'd be like, will you just give me a hug? Will you just give me a hug? And they're like, no. She's like, well, just, will you sit by me? Like, and I'm like, oh, gross. It was so gross and so weird and
It must
so
have
awkward.
worked on George.
Oh, gosh.
Poor George.
Poor George. So pour one out for George.
Take a drink for George.
Take a drink for George, for sure.
Well, I'm glad his family gets some justice.
Yep. I have one, and then. Oh, do you remember the one chick from? She was married to this guy. They lived in Georgia, Lindsay Shriver or Shiver, and her husband, I think Nathan, and they had a place in like the Bahamas, and they had like 3 kids, 2 or 3 kids. Bahamas. That's where they had like a vacation home with his family.
Lululemon. He was NFL?
No.
Oh, just joking.
But she was told to stay in the Bahamas, and I was like, dang, I would really hate to have to stay in the Bahamas, but like in jail. And she was trying to get out to where she could at least be like house arrest at home back in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And because apparently she was in jail because it was alleging that she tried to murder for hire, that her and her boyfriend, her Bohemian boyfriend, hired somebody to try to kill the husband.
Okay.
They were actually separated at the time, but still the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Because of a text that she sent to her boyfriend, or to her, boyfriend, that said, kill him. And they're like, well, it was just like a figure of speech, but they're still being held in jail. Anyways, she got released to go hang out back at her house in Georgia or wherever in the United States under like certain conditions. And like one of the conditions is you can't go on camera or like talk to the press or something.
And
And
that's the
she's
first
done.
thing she
She did
did.
2 interviews, and she's back in a Bahama jail.
Dumb bitch. I
Dumb.
hate stupid.
And the guy, her husband / ex-husband, he started dating the girl from.
So he didn't die.
No, it was just a plot.
Okay.
What is the show that it's the parents that are in Georgia and they both are in jail right now? It's Savannah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, Savannah,
George.
the
The
girl-
daughter's named Savannah.
The daughter is dating the
Him?
husband.
Savannah. Okay, wait, but he's a good guy. Yeah, I could see it. She's beautiful. I love that family. The Chrisleys.
The Chrisleys.
Yes.
I was always confused by it because I thought he was gay. I mean,
Pretty
how
sure.
is he not?
He's very, very, very
Oh.
metro film.
Beyond,
And he was beautiful.
Yeah. And I thought of her in that too because I just saw that Savannah girl on something, and she has these like huge like Trump flags, and like there's something or banners in her yard, and the neighbors are getting mad and all this stuff. They're like huge. She made like humongous ones. I just saw a clip of her. I don't know where, but
I like the brothers too. They're all the best.
oh, the best.
Okay. I have an update on the kindergarten teacher that was jogging, got up in the morning to go get a run in, and she was killed. She was killed by Cleotha Abston, 40 years old. He just found her, kidnapped her, shot her, and dumped her, I believe, in a field. the trial was supposed
She
to
was
happen
the
in
one
February.
that was found by the abandoned house, like on
In the
the porch or something, on the back porch or something, right?
It was an abandoned house, but I thought it was in a field near the
Oh, it
abandoned
could-
house. But
yeah.
I didn't reread.
Is Liz Fletcher? Somebody Fletcher? Is that her name?
Eliza Fletcher.
Oh, Eliza. Okay.
Yeah. So they were supposed to go to trial February of 2025, where this whole time he's been pleading not guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had a change of heart over the past week. And he received life in prison without the possibility of parole after he decided to plead guilty to multiple charges, including first-degree murder, aggravated kidnapping, tampering with evidence. So he was sentenced to life. And so her family, she was a 34-year-old mother of 2 young boys, a kindergarten teacher at an Episcopal church, and she just vanished on an early morning
Was in
jog.
Memphis, right?
Memphis, Tennessee in 2022. The search lasted for days. It was discovered in South Memphis. So the family is happy. Very happy. And they don't have to go through a trial, and they don't have to see pictures, and they don't have to live through it. I mean, it's probably all still
I wonder how the
unbelievable.
Yeah, I just got a thought because she just kind of reminded me of that Caitlin Robin. Wait, Caitlin, what was her name? Armstrong.
The biker?
Yes, the one I went to her trial. Ugh. That was wild.
So the statement that her family read to the killer says, "We have no idea what happened to you to turn you into someone so filled with the desire to hurt people. Whatever it was, it does not excuse or explain what you have done. You have changed our lives forever, and nothing will ever be the same. Your actions were evil. There's no other word for it. You murdered Liza even though she did nothing to deserve it. She did not hurt you. In fact, she would have been the first to help you if you needed it." So sad.
Just random.
Yeah.
No reason.
No reason. So, also, I was in Memphis just a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I did go by a murder scene
Oh.
that I
no.
forgot to tell you all about. And there was a trial about this murder, but I didn't know much about it. Soupy knew about it. Young Dolph, the rapper, was shot at his favorite bakery. In his songs, he would rap about
The bakery.
the bakery.
Oh.
And it was this cookie place, and they're known for their butter cookies, which those are the ones that come in that tin that old people get like around Christmas, and they have the little sugar on there. They're
Does
good
it have the little
cookies.
paper mache inside or whatever
the
it
little
is?
paper inside. Okay, but these are like these homemade ones. He would rap about them all the time, so he really put Makeda's. It's called Makeda's on the map. He was pulling up to get some cookies, and it was another rapper, Beef, hired somebody to come and shoot him in front of
At the bakery.
At the bakery. That bakery, of course, I interviewed him, they closed for 9 months. But the Makeda, they were going to close up because they were opening up a place next door that was going to be like the house shop, I guess. Like they have a shop and like the whole bakery where they're going to cook and store things. And so she had decided just 2 weeks before that she wanted to get new cameras, and she wanted these cameras to roll all the time. So 2 weeks before the murder, she got new cameras. The murder happened. Guess how they caught the murderer?
The cameras.
On the cameras, like just plain as day.
Oh
now,
my
but
gosh.
previously, either they didn't have good cameras or the cameras are broken. I think that was known. They didn't realize that there were new ones. So they caught him just like that. There was a trial. He was guilty, and he actually told on the person that hired him, and so now the person that hired him is in jail too.
Snitches.
Both
get
hometown
stitches.
hometown rappers that they should have just got along. It's ridiculous.
No, they ain't getting along.
So, what else we got?
There's this kid who killed his whole family.
Ooh.
15-year-old son is accused of killing his parents and 3 siblings on Monday, October 25th. In Fall City, Washington. 15-year-old son killed his dad, 43-year-old dad, Mark, 42-year-old mom, Sarah, 3 siblings, Catherine, 7, Joshua, 9, Benjamin, 13.
Damn.
So, the suspect initially called 911 claiming that his 13-year-old brother had committed the murders and then taken his own life. And the 15-year-old told 911 also that the 13-year-old had recently been caught looking at porn the night before, and he was about to get in a lot of trouble. And so then he was, I don't know if he said or she said, that was possibly the motive for the shooting, according to what they said in the court. So as he is going, so he who does he get first? I think he goes and he shoots his dad, and then he shoots his mom. He shot his dad 4 times. He shot the mom 2 times. The other 3 children were shot. He thought he had shot everyone and killed everyone, so he started to go around and just make sure that they were dead. But then there's this 11-year-old sister who survived. Okay. She got shot in the hand and then in the neck. And she could tell whoever was doing the shooting was going around finishing and then going and checking to see if the others were still breathing and alive. So she held real still and played dead and tried to hold her breath.
Oh my gosh.
And he checked her, and then she could hear him on the phone, and that's when he was on the phone with 911 claiming that he was hiding in the closet because he was scared because his 13-year-old brother is the one that did it.
Oh, and then blamed it on brother?
Yeah, he called 911 and he said, hey, my 13-year-old brother is killing my whole family, and I think it's because that he just got in trouble for watching porn, and so he's going to be in really big trouble in the next couple of days.
But
and he said that he shot the whole family, then he shot himself. Okay. That's what the kid on the phone, who actually is the shooter, told the 911 person. And then at this point, the sister, who's still alive, is I guess hears him on the phone, and then somehow she tries to, there's a fire escape in their window, and she goes through that and goes to the neighbor's house. I guess she's holding her neck.
Badass.
And she goes to tell the neighbors call 911, and she was able to also see that it was her brother who was a shooter and killed everybody. So how terrible is that?
I think I would have just wanted to die with my family.
I know, but that's you would just want to bleed out?
No. I don't know. Oh, man.
Yeah.
But so his reasoning was because he actually was the one that found porn?
I guess. That's what it sounds like. Oh, these days, I feel like a lot of kids are homeschooled, but they were all homeschooled. So
there's the red flag.
Could be.
We've covered a couple of family annihilators by the kid that were homeschooled. This may be at least the 3rd story.
Well, we need to think of who they are, because I can't remember. Because Halderson was not. Well, he was weird.
Remember
But I do remember there were some, but I can't remember.
The one that was on the show that I did, and they were this weird pilgrim. They were on wife swap.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he killed everybody.
Yes. Oh, yes. God. Okay, that's enough. That's plenty.
That's enough of the red flag proof. Okay. Yeah. What else? Anything else?
I think that's all I got.
So I got a little debatable one just to see what you think about this. Reggie Bush, let's talk about 2 Heismans. Reggie Bush, he's the one that dated Kim Kardashian for a year, 2005 Heisman Trophy winner. And then Johnny Manziel, which everybody knows who he is. 2 amazing athletes, and both were Heisman winners. Johnny Manziel got in trouble, or was known, and if you've watched the Johnny football, he confessed about how much money he got for autographs, and he made thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands under the table. Back when
under the table
in college, because back then you could not make money off of your
Right.
name, image, or likeness. So
Oh.
A&M was making millions off of his name, but he couldn't get a penny
Right.
off of that, right? Reggie Bush was at USC. He probably didn't get what Johnny got, but I believe that USC paid for him and his parents a house and like a car. So come here, we'll buy your mom a house. And it happens, colleges do it, especially when you're a high recruited athlete. Like right now, kids are
But
getting
how did they
millions
do
of
that
dollars.
under the table?
Under the table, you don't say shit.
You nothing signing for. People just all of a sudden you got a brand new this and that.
Yeah. It's known in the community, like kind of when Art Briles was here, like in these players would have, when Patrick Dennehy had this Escalade, like Baylor, people knew that Baylor paid for that. But if you don't turn it in, there's no proof and there's no investigation. It's not a big deal, right? Well, Reggie Bush, that came out that USC later on.
Ain't nobody paid me nothing. I was just a high jumper.
Reggie Bush had already went to the NFL.
Uh-huh.
He had already been a millionaire, and it came out later on that USC.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I do remember that.
And they took his Heisman away.
They took his Heisman away?
Yes, because he did not follow the NIL rules, and he got paid under the money. He got paid money under the. Okay. So, Johnny Football just this past year started campaigning for the Heisman board, I don't know who they are, to give him his Heisman back because now the rules have changed for NIL and you're paying kids in high school $1 million to come to UT and a Lamborghini, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
it should have happened back then is what he was saying. So many athletes are guilty of it. He should get his Heisman back.
Yeah, because it's about how he played. It isn't like they weren't helping him play better by getting him stuff.
Yeah. So he got his Heisman back. Did you know
Oh,
that?
no.
Yeah.
No.
He got his Heisman back. This is all like probably last year news or earlier in the year
good.
news.
Yay.
He got his Heisman back. Everybody's excited. And I think they like reinducted him. And now Reggie Bush is suing the NIL. Wait.
In your face.
Is suing the school, the Pac-12 conference, and the NCAA using NIL without compensation, according to his lawyers. So he's saying, y'all made probably tens of millions of dollars off of me. I didn't get a penny, besides the house that you I'm going to need my money back. Plus, they dropped him, they took him, I think, out of the Hall of Fame. He was not allowed on the college campus when he got in trouble for what they did. So when he got in trouble and got the Heisman taken away, they were basically
so
deuces.
he's trying to get that compensation
he's
between
saying,
whatever he didn't
y'all
have
owe me. And there's a couple, there's a bunch of lawsuits out there now against NCAA.
Exactly. I'm all about that.
So what do you think? Because there's a lot of people out there that don't
Sue
think
him.
athletes should get
NCAA
paid.
has gone woke and stupid, and so sue him.
Sue him and make him pay everybody. How far does it go back, though?
I guess for him is however long he was not making what he was money on it. So how many years was that?
So can Michael Irvin go back and say, I didn't make money when I was in college either? That's what I'm saying. At what point does it stop?
Is he he's wanting to get paid for while he was in college or for the time where they had taken away his Heisman? I thought that's what you were saying.
No, he's just saying, y'all made a ton of money off of me. My name
college
in life is, So
while
give me some of that money,
Oh, well, you don't get that money.
That's what so many players are doing.
They're all.
There's a bunch of lawsuits out right now. Because now it's okay now.
Well, then
and
I guess I can sue.
They've been trying to.
I was a college
go
athlete,
sue.
and I can say,
they didn't send you a letter.
I didn't get any. No, I didn't get any pay while I was there.
Some people say you get your education, so what is a tuition at Texas A&M?
Don't know. Didn't have to pay it.
$250, right? So some people say, there's your payment. And if you got a stipend, a monthly stipend, or if you got...
Yeah, but that's, okay, then that's different because that's the same exact thing that they're getting, plus they're getting the extra. So it's not like...
Right. That's what I'm saying. Some people say that's enough. Some people say no.
No, we didn't have an opportunity to get it.
And people, and the school's making millions of dollars off of you, and some of these athletes are starving.
My picture was on the wall. Could you imagine how many people took a picture of it and went and wanted to go high jump then? And
imagine
I basically recruited for them.
You had $10 in your bank account and like you were starving, but then they were making money off you. So these players are like, I was starving, like I was eating ramen noodles when y'all were making millions of dollars off my name. I could have had some of that. Yeah. Like my credit is bad right now because I got credit cards and just all these things that struggling college kids go through.
I don't know, but I guess they need
and they're putting their body on the line and wouldn't get paid for it.
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't. I mean, that
you're for
I feel
it
like
if
that
you
would
get
be
some
a
money,
lot.
right? I don't think everybody would do it, but yeah, I don't know. Kids are getting paid now. That was just my debatable one. I was happy for him that he got his Heisman back. He deserved it.
Yeah, I'm not mad about suing NCAA because they're stupid and...
Because they pay kids?
No, because they let men compete as women.
Oh.
And they don't do anything about it.
Well, college football don't do that. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean...
They do have women's strength and conditioning coaches. Are you mad about that too?
No, because they're not in there with your 13-year-old. You're not having a dude with your 13-year-old playing volleyball.
That's not NCAA. That's UI. That's
NCAA it's happened in college.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like the swimmer. What's
at a school?
Yeah, like Riley Gaines was the one. She's always talking about it, and that it was like a dude who was like. He was like terrible as a dude, and then he decided to be a girl, and he won of like NCAA title, and they had him as like standing on first whenever he was like, actually they tied or something, but she wasn't allowed to be in the picture. It was a whole thing about that.
What school was this though? Do you know?
Like Penn State.
Oh, and they need to stay. They still can't get over the Sandusky stuff. They need to not do anything to bring attention to them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, there's your quickie, and we will see y'all Thursday for a rewind, and then next week for a new episode. Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always BDTF.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production. Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.